people doubted me. People were saying like, oh, well, she might walk like this and she might walk like that or whatever. And I like to prove people wrong. I like to make people eat their words. So all that did was fuel me. I'm there for 8 months. One morning I wake up, go to work, and I'm driving past a car, past a car, past the car, go by another car, and another car is in that same lane that I was in, but it was dotted lines. So while I'm passing, this car decided to speed up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to speed up because I'm trying to pass this car. And about time I looked and I turned to look, and another car was coming to me. And then we had this head-on collision, and I got ejected from the car. And so now I'm laying out in the grass, not knowing, like, what's going on. And ambulance come, and people are screaming and talking about my legs and everything. And they're like, the helicopter's got to come, and, we're gonna ship you to Delaware. You have to go there. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, am I about to die? Like, I'm about to die. And they're like, no, you're not going to die, but your legs are banged up pretty bad. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, well, whatever you do, just don't let me die. Like, I'm not ready yet. Like, I'm at this time, I'm like 31, just got in my 30s. I'm like, yeah, I'll start my career. Like, I got my insurance, house, car. I'm set. Now I'm set until 65. That's what, in my mind. I have a twin sister. And I'm like, whatever you do, just don't let me die. I have a twin. She can't do this life without me. Just do whatever you can do to keep me here. And then I blacked out. Okay. And then that car accident changed everything around. Next thing I know, I'm in the hospital. Two broken legs, femur bust out, other femur shattered, knees shattered, meniscus, tibia, fibula, from everything from my hips down, just missing my hips by an inch, a half an inch, the doctor said. And that's when I knew, like, my life was a turnaround. I'm like, oh snap! Like, what is about to happen? They're like, your legs are banged up, and I'm like looking at the doctor, and I'm like, am I paralyzed? Like, hold on, like, as long as you don't say I'm paralyzed, if you give me that opportunity, I'm like, if you give me that opportunity to walk, I'm going to walk. And he's looking at me like, cause it's bad. Like, he didn't even know what to do. He's like, I have to go home and try to figure this out, and then we can try to attack this on a Monday. This was a Thursday. He was like, I've never seen nothing like this. I'm going to try to figure it out. I just washed your legs out, try to do everything I could do, and we're going to, start the process on Monday. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. Like, now in my head, I'm like, all right, so, all right, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and then, I'm just going to start walking. No. He had a surgery, did another surgery, did the next surgery. This is like 3 surgeries in a week. The next thing I know, my leg gets infected. Now they're like, now you have an infection. Now I'm in the hospital for 3 months, trying to fight the infection, trying not to let my legs get cut off. And I'm like, yo, like, what's going to happen? Like, I didn't, now I'm like, yo, I go from having a house, career, life, relationship, like, everything is good. And now I'm in the hospital fighting, not know if I'm going to walk again, getting news that somebody's in this accident and all this. And I'm just like, how did, like, what did I do in my life to get in this position? Because I'm like, I'm a good person. I do good things. I've always been good through my whole life. I've always done the right thing. And now I end up here. Like, what is this to make me become in this, type situation? And then they're like, Danita, you can do it. I mean, it was a scary time. It was a scary time. I ended up having like 32 surgeries to try to figure out what to do with my legs. He's going in, he's putting metal in, he's taking metal out. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'm like, am I going to lose my legs at this point? Like, I could never have imagined me not having legs. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, am I going to walk? I'm going to play basketball? Like, that's my life. Like, always being independent. My independence was everything to me. So now you're telling me you're not sure what's going on with my legs, and I could lose them and this and that. And now it's like, that independence being snatched, that was the biggest thing for me. So I'm like, yo, like, what am I about to do with my life? Then, like you said, that whirlwind then comes around. They finally finished everything after 3 months. I go to rehab in Philly. I go there for 2 weeks. They're teaching me my independence. I go home happy. Everything's good. Get a phone call from the state troopers, want me to come down there to make a statement. Okay, here I come. Go down there, make a statement. They tell me, yeah, someone has actually passed away in this accident and somebody else was injured. And started reading me the mini memorandum. And I'm like, wait. I'm going to jail? Like, y'all about to take me to jail now? They're like, yeah, we're, locking you. I'm like, I was only coming down here to make a statement. Like, how did come down here and make a statement and then y'all telling me this and now y'all about to lock me up? Because honestly, if I knew that, I wouldn't have went. Who's going to go down to the station and make a statement and get locked up? I'm like, I would have never went down there if I knew that was going to happen. So I'm like, okay, I'm a CO, and now y'all going to lock me up. I'm working for the state. So y'all know my background and everything is clear. It ain't like I'm a bad person. Now I'm going to lock me up. It was an accident. No alcohol. No drugs. On my way to the prison. And now y'all telling me I'm going to prison.
For sure. And just got sentenced to 4 years. Did you do the whole 4 years?
Well, no, I didn't do the whole 4 years. I got out on parole. So I end up, I had to do 11 months and 26 days before I was eligible for parole. So I did that year, and I came home.
What was the charges again? Say what your charges were, because that blew my mind.
Excuse me, violation of public health and safety.
I never heard of that before. What does that mean? Violation of public health and safety?
It's equivalent to a traffic ticket. A seatbelt ticket, a traffic ticket.
That constitutes 4 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
For my charge. In New Jersey, the only female prison in New Jersey is called INMATE. It's in Clinton, New Jersey, and that's where they rolled me to.
And what was your name?
703050E.
Wow.
While I appreciate her story and everything that goes along with it, and I appreciate the fact that she is very driven, she was determined, and I definitely see how her life was turned 180 to something completely different, and how she overcame that. That's a story and a testimony all in itself. For me, I would just like her to talk about why she made the decisions that got someone else killed. Okay, because I've been all over her page. I've been all over YouTube. I've been watching interviews. I've been watching TikToks. And guess what? I don't want to use the word narcissistic, but she is very much hung up on the fact, and which, okay, it sounds crazy, but yes, she should be proud of herself, and she should be proud of how far she's come. She should be happy that she was given a second chance at life. However, I have not heard her speak once about, in a TikTok or in any of her like little seminars that she'd be doing, I have not heard her talk once about making bad decisions that ultimately can take away your life or someone else's life. It's all about how much I've done. Even when she talks about like her past and where she came from, it's all about me, which is fine, because it's like, okay, this tells about your characteristic and things like that. But she hasn't spoken out once about how she feels about taking the life of someone else. Like, what? It was your decision. She tries to act like she's taking accountability, talk about, and I made the decision. Yeah, we get that. But do you also realize that you took the life of someone else? I haven't heard in any interview her talking about that while she's in prison, feeling remorse about that. And I mean, maybe she has, but I haven't heard it. So that kind of definitely bothers me. And I really wish that she would speak about that more, because someone's dead, sis. Like, you still have your legs, you still have your life, but someone's dead. Someone's missing a family member. You know what? my dog's barking and I'm getting turned up. My palms are sweating. So I gotta go. I mean, let me know down in the comments, like, am I wrong for like feeling like she hasn't like said anything pertaining to the life that she took? Her name is Danita Hamilton. Look her up. You can go on her Instagram page and all that stuff. If you find her talking about being remorseful for the decisions that she's made that not only took away her career and took away her basketball and and what is she gonna do? What is the person that died gonna do? Nothing, because they're dead. Some people just be so selfish. What is their family going to do? Are they going to get that person back? No, they're not. Girl, I'm happy you are there still to be with your family, but guess what? I'm going to need you to start showing some remorse. Like when she's talking to kids, I put the clip in there. When she's talking to kids about making bad decisions, or it's not even actually making bad decisions. She's talking to the kids about like how she overcame. It's all about overcoming. Girl, what is that dead person going to overcome? I'll hope you bring him up. I gotta go.